everybody! Welcome to the stream! How are you all? Happy Friday. How's it going? Hello! Oh, hello, my sweet children. Oh! Oh! Well met indeed. Hello, everybody! Welcome to the stream. How's everybody doing today? Grammy? Hello? Oh, it was Sherlock. I was like, is someone trying to get in here? It was just my cat. Sherlock. Come say hi. Hi, everybody. I'm Sherlock. Big boy. Big boy. Hi. You can't even fucking see him. Hey. Why are you hiding behind me? Hey, come here. Why are you hiding? There he is. There's the big boy. There's a big boy. He, last night Sam was like, I just need you to know it's going to be an all-nighter because my character died and I need my new character to be as high level as possible because we're running a dungeon tomorrow. I was like, okay. So I left the door open so the kitties could snuggie me. And of course, Sherlock took that as an invitation to around 4 a.m. start just batting me in the face like, I'm pretty sure it's time to eat. And I was like, it wasn't. Sherlock. He either is super, super chill until I wake up, which is amazing, or he like gets really antsy around 4 a.m. And I don't know what it is that like triggers that for him, where he's like, I need to eat now. Very silly. Have you seen a new game called Dragon? I have seen that. I was thinking about playing it, peut-être. Because of Manga Pod yesterday, I spent 8 hours reading the entirety of Vinland Saga. Fuck yes. My favorite manga. I hope that you loved it. I assume, since you sat and just slammed through all of it, that you love it. But yes, it's very, very good. We talked about Vinland Saga again on yesterday's Manga Pod. I was so excited. We got to some stuff that I was really antsy for. So that's awesome. My cat constantly hits my face for food in the morning. Yeah, Watson doesn't do that. Watson will chill. But Sherlock has no chill ever. I'm planning on reading Dr. Stone ahead of the Manga Pod up next month. You should. Dr. Stone is great. I'll be honest, it started off very slow for me. I wasn't super into Dr. Stone at first. And then I got real invested. Bless me. Dr. Stone is not a manhwa, no. It's a manga. It's great. It's very odd. The concept of it is that there's an event that happens. So say that it's just like a normal day, right? There's an event that happens. Whoa, for the Sun Queen, thank you so much for gifting so many subs. Welcome, everybody. I'll read those off in just a second. There's an event that turns all human life, or rather all life on Earth into stone. And this lasts for a long time. I'm not going to say how long because I hope that you all read it. This lasts for a long time. And there's one guy who is able to break out of the stone. And he's a scientist. And it's basically about a guy who like tries to bring science and back to Earth and like build up humanity again is the concept. So it's cool. It's interesting. It's a manga called Dr. Stone. There is an anime planned for it. I don't know for what season, but yeah. Yeah, it's in July. Oh shit. So much good stuff this summer. Have you heard of Solo Leveling? It's an awesome manhwa. People have recommended it. I don't think that we've read it. I don't think that I've read it. I feel like I would remember. The manhwa that we've read that is like what is the term that I'm looking for? I don't want to say like gamer mechanic, but kind of that is a manhwa called Gamer. I'll add it to my plan to read. Yeah, yeah. Let me know what you think. Yeah, it's weird, and it did, like I said, it did start off slow for me. Dr. Stone did, but it really, really grew on me. So now I'm like I'm in it. So cool T-shirt. Why, thank you. It is part of a line of 3 T-shirts that we just released on the Cat Gang store. Of little kid cats getting into shenanigans. So we've got this one and 2 other ones. If you'd like to check those out, they're in our normal store. You can use !merch to look at that stuff. How well did that YouTuber Webtoon do? I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. Are they from Danny? Yeah. Danny does all of the art for Cat Gang stuff. He and I own the Cat Gang store 50-50. So did the Eat It or Yeet It shirt make the cut? You know, somebody beat us to that. Which makes me really sad. I sat on it for too long. Too many people said it's a funny goof, but I wouldn't actually buy the shirt. Dungeon Meshi. I have read Dungeon Meshi. It's great. It's called Let's Play. Oh, okay. Was it Smosh? Yeah. Smosh did a video called Eat It or Yeet It. So we didn't hop on that shit fast enough, guys.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
Let's Play is a good webtoon. All right. I'll start following it. All right. Okay. Oh, son of a bitch. I have to remember my... Oh. Nice. Yeah, I have the Gamer. Tower of God. I started following Still Life because Anna Goddess, the is an artist that I love who started writing it. And it's very like, it feels very first webcomic, right? Like first comic. There's lots of points where it's confusing, like what order the bubbles are supposed to be read in and stuff like that. Things that I think you learn as you like try making more comics and realize what works and what doesn't. So I follow that, even though it's kind of like hit or miss for me in terms of the flow. But the art is fantastic. Yeah, I'm trying to search for a thing. Okay, Let's Play. Let's Play, there it is. Is this it? Oh, okay, yeah, I guess so. So all that it showed, it's listed as a romance, is that correct? Okay. She's young, single, and about to achieve her dream is all that it said on there. And then it had 2 people in tuxedos. So I was like, I don't know if this is the right thing. But then when you click on the summary, it says she's young, single, and about to achieve her dream of creating incredible video games. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, great. I'm following that now. What else? What else? The paneling needs work, but the art is good. For still life, yes. Yeah. Yeah, the art is great. Wait. If you look at the art by Anna Goddess, hold on. My brother. Jared Lawson Quintet, upcoming Euro dates. Spread the word. Aww. My brother will be in London July 7th. He'll be in Sweden July 9th, Austria on the 12th, Germany on the 13th, and Italy on the 14th, if anybody would like to see him. Okay, anyways. Anna. Anyways, who cares about him? His talented ass. Yeah, so she does like super, super cool art. Lots of like awesome process stuff. So lots of like time lapses of how she did her art. It's really cool. He's in Italy, in Milan. Parco Biblioteca degli Alberi. I'm so sorry. But July 14th. Germersheim, Germany. Vienna, Austria. Gothenburg, Sweden, and London. His Instagram is jlawsings, and that's where the post is. That's where I saw it. Yeah. Love Advice from the Duke of Hell is one of the best webtoons I've ever seen. What? Okay. Love Advice from the Great Duke of Hell. The girl of your dreams barely knows you exist. Your friends can't help. Your family's clueless. Where do you turn for love advice? Who can provide you with that essential assistance for the lovelorn? If you're average, everyday teenager Paul, you summon a powerful demon from deep in the recesses of hell. And frankly, just hope for the best. No one should date Paul. No one should date Paul. If his plan is to summon a demon, no one should date Paul. Oh, you know, it's a one that I started reading on Tapas. That's really good. Is Blink. Blink is fascinating. The art is really good. It's really interesting. And it follows this girl who like wakes up one day and the whole world is frozen. So like everything that's frozen is in black and white. And then she's just kind of like going through the world. And there's this like big creature that shows up every now and then and like tries to get her. It's really interesting because it's more of like a character study than anything. It like goes into her mind and like how she's feeling about being completely on her own and like the freedom that she feels at first and then the like absolute depression, and it's really interesting. Definitely like a cool sort of mystery story. Yeah, so that's on Tapas. It's called Blink. That's the picture for it. It's super cool. Oh no, now it thinks I read the most recent chapter of that. I didn't though. Son of a bitch. Yeah. The shirts are available for a couple of weeks. So if you're interested, please check them out. Let us know if you like them, if it's something that we should make more of in this style, or yeah. Any plans to see the new Godzilla? Of course. Of course. Sam and I are big fans of big things attacking other big things. It's not very hard to entertain us. Like, I'm going to go see a movie about robots. I certainly hope one robot punches another robot. They did. I'm delighted. That's why all of the reviews that are like, Godzilla didn't have enough focus on the humans. I'm like, I don't think I'll care. The plot for the humans of Godzilla was not well fleshed out. I don't care. Does he hit Mothra once? That's what I want. Yo, Mothra looks amazing in the trailers, I think. I sure hope he hits Mothra at least once. At least once, right? Good damn. Likewise, there's so much focus on Millie Bobby Brown because she's hot shit from Stranger Things, right? So they're like, yo, do you like monsters? Do you like that cool girl from Stranger Things? And I, as the viewer, am like, I do, but I would like it if it was mostly the monsters. Yeah, they paid really good money for Millie. They want to make sure that she's in every trailer. Gotta get those teens hooked on monsters. Yeah, they're like, we're gonna bring in a whole new type of sci-fi viewer. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched the trailer for the new Dark Crystal Netflix show, it looks awesome. It looks like a really good mix of like traditional puppet work with like a little bit of CGI mixed in. That trailer was awesome, I thought. I also as a kid was horrified by the Dark Crystal, so I feel you on that. I loved Labyrinth. I have always loved Labyrinth. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Dark Crystal went through a long period of time as a kid where I was like, I don't want to watch this movie. I hate it. And then as an adult, I watched it and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. But I never had like a really strong tie to Dark Crystal like some people do. I really love Labyrinth. But looks like one of the robots from Robot Wars on your floor. I don't know what that means. There's a box back there. There's a cheese stick back there. You want to know what living in my house is like right now with baby? There's a box, a cheese stick, a green screen, another box from the office that's filled with some of my old peripherals and shit. Another box. Another box. What's over there? The packaging still from when we did TY. My daughter's walker, even though she doesn't use it anymore. A stuffed fox. A stuffed fox. But what's in the box? That box has a bunch of controllers, old hard drives, cords from the office. That box has cords. That box, I think, is empty. That box is definitely empty. That normally lives in the garage. But Sam's working in the garage now, right? So we're trying not to create a situation where he's like too crowded by stuff in there. So that's probably the next big project. Is Jeannie and I just went through the garage, but we went through the garage in a way where it was like some stuff is up against this wall, some stuff is up against this wall, right? And now everything had to be pushed up against one wall, and it made me realize like, oh, there was still a lot of stuff in here. So yeah, so I need to go through all of that stuff again. Again. So many boxes and no cats. Neither of my cats give a fuck about boxes. Pastel Witch. I know exactly. The YouTube series, right? With the woman and her grandma. Is that what you're talking about? Because that's what I've watched a bunch of. I can't leave a box out for 2 minutes or my cat is in it. Yeah, no. My cats have never cared about boxes at all. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I've never gotten them a bed that they've even stepped in. I've never grabbed a box that they've wanted to be in. It's not a thing for my cats. I don't know what it is. But they seem happy, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Back. That was a good trailer. It was, wasn't it? Does Clark love boxes? She likes putting boxes on my head and then lifting them up to see my eyes, kind of like peekaboo, which is really cute. So put the box over my head and then she'll like do this and like shove it off of my face and then put it back over me and then shove it off of my face. Very cute. I bought a cat bed for my cat 2 years ago. She never touched it. Then I contemplated donating it, and now she uses it. I've contemplated donating a specific bed many a time, and it has not changed a thing. So I'm actually going to donate it now. I keep hoping one day, because it's so soft. It's like really soft, really squishy, and for some reason, they literally refuse to even touch it. And I'm like, I've tried placing them in it.
Welcome, you
hate it. They hate it. I don't get it. So I'm like, okay. There's another cat in the world that would love this. So if you would prefer to lay on a discarded wet towel, then I guess I'm going to let that be your life. Ew, luxury. I try to treat them well, and they don't care. I hope I maybe wasn't annoying, or that guy yesterday during Manga Pod with pronunciation hints. Oh, no, not at all, Thorfinn. No, I loved that. Because we kept being like, how do you say this name? So, yeah, Watson hasn't opened a door in a long time, but she tries to a lot. Specifically in the morning. If the cats have been particularly obnoxious and I've kicked them out so that I could get a couple hours of extra sleep, right? If Watson gets annoyed, she'll literally jump up and smack the door handle over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And sometimes it's really loud. And Sam, like, sits up like a zombie from the grave. Just like, like, what is going on? And it's fucking Watson attacking the doorknob like an asshole. You moving from the office is sad. There will be no further Jesse Dodger office shenanigans. To be fair, there haven't been Jesse Dodger office shenanigans for over a year. For like a year and a half nearly. So Did you grab your Bulmas? A bunch of stuff is still in the office. If you look at the picture that I tweeted, that's stuff that's still in the office. Kay Sherry, thank you so much for the host. Yeah, that's the stuff that's like still there. Sam went hard last night. He did. Yeah. I don't know how he got up as easily as he did, but I'm pretty sure he's probably asleep on the floor now. Just fine. It's fine. The living room is Clark proof. So sometimes we fall asleep in the living room while we're hanging out with her. But it's baby proofed, so it's fine. No more office. Yeah. I don't think that I'll have a reason to go back, especially now that Sam and I are talking about moving. So I'm liking working from home and being able to easily swap between like watching Clark and working, and so yeah, it just makes sense for me to be here. I miss the huge awkward fox head plushie. Ah, that's in my car right now. I was going to go out there if I was able to, if I had the time. I was going to go out there and grab all of the foxes because I want all of the foxes just on the futon in the background. And one of them, oh my God, Barry didn't realize how big it was. He didn't realize how big Big Boy is until we took him down. And he was like, what? There's an entire tail attached to this. I was like, I know. So, fun stuff. It's bittersweet. It is. Yeah, for sure. It was sad because every single person that came by the office while I was going through stuff was like, no, I hate this, which was very sweet, but it was very sad. It seemed like the move was many years away. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. We don't have like a set time, but it's definitely not years away. No. Did you find anything you totally forgot you had? I found something I had been looking for, and I'm trying to remember what it was now. My focus was set all of the Bulmas aside, put all of the foxes in the car. The foxes are all like plush, right? For the most part, so they're easy to transport. And donate all of my books. So, yeah, I gave nearly all of my manga, my anime, my comic books, almost all of it. I gave nearly all of it to Kristen to donate to a library around here. So she said she's gonna take them to like the smaller libraries, the ones that don't get like a ton of traffic, because they'll probably have more space for the stuff. And I said if there's anything that they don't think that they'll really make use of or take, then she can just bring it back to me and I'll figure out something to do with it. But yeah. Cries and weeb. What do you mean? If they're at a library, I'm feeding weebs to come. Yeah, like Danny was like, honestly, I loved that at our local library there were a couple of manga issues there, and I used to read them all the time. So I like imagining future Dannies going to the library and being like, holy shit, there's so much manga here. Right? Like, that's awesome. Or, comic books. Holy shit, there's like 8 different hardcover Deadpool things here. That's incredible, right? Like, I hope that somebody who can really appreciate them finds them. And I hope that the library will take them. I think that would be awesome. So. No, I did not. I did not give away Vinland Saga. That would be crazy. I did keep some stuff, guys. Are you gonna miss LA? I'll miss my friends. And I'll miss the food. And that's it. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's it. I know that I like crave the weather that I grew up with. Like I crave the overcast, dreary weather. But once I'm back in it, I know that I'll be like, fuck, can't we just have some sunny days? Jesus Christ. Like I'm just so used to this weather. I'm so used to it being temperate like pretty much all the time. That yeah. How are you and the Babs and the husbando doing? We're doing great. Sam and I started playing Shovel Knight last night. We struggle bust with it for a little bit, trying to use Parsec with it, but it just wasn't working out. So yeah, we played it for a while on his channel last night, and that was super fun. I think we're gonna play more of it probably next Thursday. So that was great. Clark has been teething really bad. She's been very like whiny, you know, poor baby. But I think she's on the other side of the worst of it. I think. I'm not positive, but she's been in a better mood the last 2 days than she was like a couple of days ago, right? So yeah, it's really cool. I had only ever watched other people play Shovel Knight. I had never played it myself. So Sam and I are doing the co-op on it, and it's very fun. We keep like getting really frustrated, but it's a when people say that it feels like a love letter to older games, it definitely does, like older platformers. Will you do the DLC? I think it's solo. If it's solo, probably not. Not like I don't know. I guess we could pass the controller back and forth. I don't know. I really want to play the Baba Is You game. It's great. Yeah, I've played the beginning of it. It's basically a programming game. So Baba Is You is all about creating rules and then letting the computer figure out what the rules mean. Basically, it's interesting. It's a very difficult puzzle game. It's one of those puzzle games that makes you feel like an absolute idiot, like really fast. This means you'll be going to US cons less frequently. I haven't really been to cons unless I was selling Cat Gang merch. I haven't been to cons in the last like 2 years. So so again, nothing's really changing, guys. Yeah, the music's fantastic. Yeah, I was playing directly from the Shovel Knight soundtrack for our pre-show today because the music is just so good. Like, so good. Really, really good music. I stopped going to cons because I didn't enjoy cons anymore. You were at PAX Unplugged last year? I was not. I've never been to PAX Unplugged.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking...
Unless I had a fever dream. Sweats. To be fair, there are a lot of people in the gaming community that are about my height that are of my similar build and style. So if you saw one of them, that's fair. It was probably Haley Williams. Yeah, just hanging out at PAX Unplugged. I've had that fucking Hard Times song stuck in my head for days because of Jesse, and I'm so mad about it. Odd Lover, it's not released yet. At least it's good. Yeah, I guess so. I made it a point to not listen to any Paramore music. I had never listened to Paramore music when I started YouTube. And then everybody and their mom was like, did you know that you look just like Hayley Williams? And then I was like, fuck Paramore. They're the worst band in the world. Had never heard them. Fuck Paramore. I hate them. And at this point now, I've heard a few songs, and I hate that they're all good. It makes me very mad, but but yeah, it's been a while since that's been in circulation. The whole like, Dodger, did you know you look like Hayley Williams thing? And I think it's because like my hair is very different now. I've grown a bit, right? But but Jesse saying that made a bunch of people be like, holy shit, I've never noticed before, but Dodger totally looks like Hayley Williams. And I was like, no, not again. I've been waiting for this conversation. I've thought this for so many years. If it makes you feel better, I've heard this literally since I started YouTube. I've heard it forever. There are some angles, like face angles, where we look shockingly similar. I don't think that dead on we look the same, but I think like in profile, I think there are some moments, like when I'm watching her music videos, I'm like, I get it. But it's only at certain angles where I get it, really. Hayley Williams looks like Dodger. Yeah, that's the narrative. We should all make sure that she knows that she copped my style. Do they have Paramore songs in Twitch Sings? That's the big question. Because I can only sing what is in the Twitch Sings app. I'm in love with the illiterate shirt. Thank you. When is Twitch Sings? I want to do it this weekend. So that didn't really do what I wanted it to do, but that's fine. Can we get Babu Sings? No. The I Hunger shirt is life. It's good, right? I also got this shirt in Sam's size because out of all of them, I was like, I feel like this is a spiritual Sam shirt. What is the shirt you're wearing? This is a part of a series of 3 shirts that we just added to the Cat Gang store. They're available for a couple of weeks. And they feature little kid cats. Little kid cats getting into shenanigans. Do you consider Twitch streaming a proverbial desk job? I don't know what you mean by proverbial in this. I don't feel like I've seen it in that context before. Like stereotypical. That's a synonym. No, not at all. The implication of saying I have a desk job is that you're like a worker bee, right? At least in my opinion, when you say like I have a desk job, The implication there isn't that you have a whole lot of agency in what you're doing or when you work or how you work. Or yeah, that you make desks, that you build desks for a living, which that sounds awesome. Keep doing that. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that Twitch streaming is like that at all. I think I sit at a desk a lot. If that's what you mean, then yeah, 100%. But I think that I have a lot of control over how I go about it. Desk Hunter. I would watch that show. They just find cool old desks and then refurb them. Does the word refurb work for just a desk? I think it does. Yeah, they find cool old desks, they refurb them, they go to like a fucking flea market and they're like, this is $1 million. And some lady with a small dog goes, I'll take it. I would watch that show. Yeah, 100%. Pimp my desk. Yes, I would also watch that. Doesn't that show exist? There's a flea market show where people like go to a flea market and they buy a bunch of junk basically, and then they turn it into really cool stuff and then take it back to the flea market and see how much of a profit they can make. So that's a show. Flea Market Flip, I think is the name of the show. That's a pretty good show. I'm into that show. Although sometimes people take a thing and then they like only use one little part of it. They're like, yeah, I got this old rocking chair. And then they'll take like the very back of the rocking chair, but then the rest of it will be like a full bar that they've made. They're like, it's a rocking bar. I'm like, okay. We have a similar show in the UK called Money for Nothing. Is it actually money for nothing? Like you find free things and then make them cool? And is it actually money for nothing because you still had to like buy the paint and the supplies in order to make the thing cooler again? Nothing is free. Capitalism permeates everything we do. Duke sus. Just steal it. Sure. That's a show. Steal it and style it. You steal a thing from somebody, you make it look much better, you improve on it, and then you put it back so you didn't actually ever steal it. You did steal it. You just decided to give it back after you were done stealing it. Here we go. These are the good shows. Let's pitch this to HGTV. Also known as borrowing. Is it borrowing if you take it, pretend that it's yours, essentially, because you do literally anything that you want with it and then give it back? I think borrowing implies I'm going to take this, utilize it in some way, but for the most part, attempt to give it back to you the way that I borrowed it. This is the opposite. My D&D rogue says yes. The fact that you are a rogue says no. Risky. I love it. Night painters invade a house and paint the whole house. Oh, shit. These are good ideas. We should pitch these. These are really good ideas, guys. Sneaky sellers. Fuck.
Welcome, you fine.
Didn't someone break into a house just to clean it? I don't know.
Burrito, babe.
Probably. That sounds right. It's like that episode of... There's a Friends episode. Not to be that guy. There's a Friends episode where Ross meets a fellow paleontologist, and she's super hot, and everybody's like, how the fuck did you meet a super hot paleontologist that you're dating? And he's like, I know. And then for the first time he goes to her house, and it's a hoarder house. And he's like, and he tries to get over it because he really wants to bone down, but he just can't. And he leaves. And at the end of the episode, Monica shows up and she's like, hi, I know that you're not dating Ross anymore, but I really want to clean your house. That's what I thought of. She doesn't clean it. No, the lady slams the door in Monica's face. And Monica's like, wait, please let me clean your house. I can't sleep. I'm thinking about it. Mm-hmm. I am Monica. I wish I was more of a Monica. I worry and I fret about things the way that Monica does, but I don't have the like constantly cleaning. I don't have the level of domesticity that Monica has, where she's like, I'm going to cook all the time. I'm going to clean all the time. Everything's organized. I have lists for everything, right? That kind of a thing. I think that can probably be exhausting, but I wish I was more like that. She starts cleaning the door. Does she? I don't remember that, but that's amazing. I think that there are some things that... Sorry. Sometimes I bring you guys in on my own, constant self-reflection that I do. And sometimes I make blanket statements, and they're not always, totally true. But I think for myself, sometimes I look at things in my house, and I go... that's just how it is. I'm not that type of a person. But really, it's not that I'm not the type of person to consistently do dishes, right? It's that I lack discipline. And maybe if I focused instead on discipline, right? On disciplining myself, on consistently actually attempting to create better habits and how I live my life, that those sort of things would then come a bit more naturally. And I've managed to do that in the past. So I know it's possible. It's just that when I let it slip, sometimes I'm like, well, yeah. I'm in this post and I don't like it. Because I was talking with Benji about that, about exercise, right? And eating well and all of these things. And because Benji's super into that stuff as well. And he was like, yeah, I've realized it's not about motivation, right? Because from day to day, one day you're going to be able to self-motivate and the next day you won't be able to, right? Because every day is different. So it's not about motivation in the moment, because your ability to motivate every day will be different. But it's about discipline, creating the discipline in your life to consistently do something over time versus in the moment, can I motivate myself to do this? And I was like, that is very wise. It's true. It's true. Today, I feel pretty energetic. I could probably motivate myself to go on a walk, hop on a bike, I don't know, do some shit. But tomorrow I might be fucking exhausted, and the idea of doing those things sucks. But thinking about it in a long-term sense of it's not about each day, it's about the long term. Could I create the discipline in my life to just do it? I would love to. Benji is a wise science nerd. He is. He's all of those things. It's funny, I never talk about science with Benji, though. Benji and I talk about, making cabins in the woods and shit. I talk with him about, how I want to take foraging classes. Like Benji's that friend for me. Well, you are a hobbit. Dude, if I could make a little hobbit hole for myself, I would. I've thought before because I wound up again to make this like connection. I wound up being the hobbit who fell in love with an elf, right? Like I can't expect my 6 foot whatever husband to live in a hobbit hole with me. That's not happening. But I sometimes think to myself, but how could I still work that in somehow? Maybe I could make a root cellar that has a door that is reminiscent of a hobbit hole. And that way, when I go into the root cellar, I still get the feeling of, look at my cute little cave where I keep all of my roots and things. Yeah, I'm 5 foot. Sam is 6'4". So, I can watch tiny house shows and not feel claustrophobic. My husband, not so much. So I try to think of things. I would really love to make like a cob house, right? I think cob houses are super cool. Again, though, the style of them is not like Sam doesn't enjoy that. So I then think to myself, well, maybe I could make a small cob house and it's a playhouse for Clark, right? So these things that I'm interested in, I try to figure out sneaky ways to work them into my life anyway. So that Sam and I still get the life we want together and we can still, in terms of like our home, go for something that suits both of us, that we would both love and feel comfortable in, because that's important. But I still get to be like, okay, but outside of this cozy, lovely thing that we've got going here, how do I work this other shit in? Your poor armrest. It's very soft. Everyone always says, oh no, this poor chair, but it's gotten like massaged to death and it's so nice. What is a cob house? Go Google a cob house. They're very interesting. They're like basically like mud and straw sort of situations. But a lot of people make like little earth houses with glass bottles and all kinds of cool stuff like that. Like there's lots of interesting stuff you can do with like cheap homemade houses. That's super cool. And I'm so interested in making one. So I'll probably just make Clark a clubhouse. That's what I think. FYI, not the same as a cop house. True. I was hearing cop house. No, cob. C-O-B. Cob house. I asked my dad because my parents, live on a farm with lots of woodland right next to the house. And there's an area, like, there's what my dad calls the walk in the woods. There's like an area that's kind of like more structured. It's got like stonework and stuff to walk along and stuff. And there's a little dip where we used to have a hammock and the hammock isn't there anymore. And so I said to my dad, yo, if I wanted to make a little cob house for Clark, could I put it there? So literally right as you're coming in for the walk in the woods, the cob house is there, like a little clubhouse is there, like tucked into the trees. And my dad was like, yeah, that sounds cool. So, which is awesome because in Oregon, I have so many family members who are into doing stupid projects like that, like I am. So I could phone up my nephew. Like, I could just be like, yo, you want to make a cob house? And they'd be like, hell yeah, I do. Likely story from an undercover cop. Yikes. So yeah, that's the plan right now. Do you ever get introvert tired streaming on Twitch? Honestly, I think streaming is really, really good for somebody who's sort of half and half like I am. In terms of like what makes me really happy, I absolutely love entertaining people. It's what I enjoy, making people laugh, like making people happy, all of that stuff fuels me. Like, I love it. But I do have that feeling when I'm with people. I have that feeling after like an hour or so where I start to think, I need a minute, right? But streaming is perfect because there's no one here. There's no one here. So I get that feedback from chat. I get the feedback of like entertaining people and talking with people and like doing all of that feels really fulfilling for me. But if I needed to end for some reason, if I was like, I need to stop, the second that I hit the stop button, I'm alone. It's actually fantastic for that. So, yeah. So it's awesome. It's like perfect for me. Yeah, Deacon, I think that's also part of it, is knowing I could end it if I needed to. Sometimes I think when you're out and about and you're doing stuff, there's this little feeling in the back of your head of like, it's going to be really awkward when I want to leave. Right? Like, I don't want to... This is going to sound terrible. If I'm hanging out with a bunch of people, when I leave, I will say goodbye to as few people as is necessary because saying goodbye to everybody seems just like too much. I'm just like, I don't want to say goodbye to everybody. I'll like hug a couple of people and then I'll say bye, right? Like, I'll yell it and then I'll like leave. Be like, bye, you're all awesome, love you, I'll see you next time. Close the door, and I'm out. So, whoever, like, say that I'm at Gerard's house, right? I will hug and say goodbye to Gerard. I'll hug and say goodbye to Amanda. If, like, people that I'm super close with are there, like Octo, I'll make sure that I say, like, bye, Octo, right? But for the most part, if I'm not super close with everybody that's there, I'll probably just be like, bye. And like, I'll avoid it as long as I can. At least you're not bye and then still be there 5 minutes later. Yeah. I try not to do that. If I say goodbye and I'm still there, it's probably because whoever I'm with got into a long conversation with somebody. That has happened to me so many times where I'm like, okay, I'm taking so-and-so home. They drank a lot. I offered to take them home, right? And then I'm like, we need to leave. Say goodbye. And then let's go. And I'm like chilling by the door. I've said bye to my two people, right? I'm chilling by the door. And I'm like, where the fuck? Where the fuck? And they're like, I'm so sorry. I was talking with so-and-so about this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Let's go. And they're like, oh, but wait, I have to say goodbye to this person. I'm like, why didn't you say goodbye to that person before you came over here? even like, I can't even really be mad, right? It's a social situation. You're saying you are the sort of person who wants to make sure that you say goodbye to everybody. Like, that is attentive and it's sweet and it's nice, right? There's nothing negative about it. Me being the person who wants to Irish goodbye as many people as possible, it like butts heads directly with the way that I like to leave a situation. That's all that it is. That's literally all that it is. So it's just funny when that happens. I'm like, where the fuck? My boyfriend usually has to drag me away. My mom or sister will want to keep talking, and he'll be like, okay, bye, see you next week. Yeah, so I also used to do that where I'd just like open the door and see if anybody noticed I opened the door. This is so weird. I'd open the door, see if anybody noticed I'd opened the door, and if nobody did, I'd just like wave and then like close it really awkwardly. But like, I realized it's probably better. Nobody's following you. Nobody ever follows you if you do this. Literally just open the door. I'm leaving. Bye. Have a great night. Shut the door. You said bye. If anybody heard you, they're like, oh, bye. And then they move on with their life, right? And you feel more like I put a button on that shit. Even if nobody paid attention, it doesn't matter. Bye. Yeah, we call it the Irish goodbye. Literally just, that's why if you guys ever watch Sam and Them, when G-Mart just vanishes, they'll be like, G-Mart with the old Irish goodbye. G-Mart literally will just like fucking vanish. They mention it all the time. It's really funny. Yeah, I've also done that before. I've if like if something's going on but I need to leave, sometimes I'll go to like somebody I'm close with and say, "Hey, I'm just going to slip out." You know, if anybody asks where I went, just let them know that I was tired and went home. So that there's like a point person, right? And if somebody's like, "Where did Brooke go?" So and so can say, "Oh, she went home." Ta-da! I use the point person tactic. Yeah, yeah. These are good tactics for anybody who's looking for notes. But yeah, I'm definitely like a half and half person. I love people. Like I do. I really love people. And I love making people happy and I love making people laugh. I enjoy that so much. It's so fulfilling for me. And some nights I'll be hanging out with people and it will have been hours and everything's great and I feel great and I'm having a lovely time. And sometimes I get like an hour into a social situation and I'm like, I desperately want to go home. Like I don't want to be here. And sometimes it has to do with the people, like how much of an effort I have to make, or a lot of new people, right? That's why conventions can sometimes be touch and go for people, is like it's just a lot of new people, right? So it depends. There's lots of variables there, but yeah. I need to min-max. What? Amazing. Dude, I posted that picture of the of the bookshelves, right? I posted the picture of the bookshelves in my old office. And Aaron fucking zoomed all the way in because all of my figurines are on the top shelves. Still, I like just put all of them up there. And she was like, "Oh, there's the Kuroko figure." And she zoomed all the way in and realized that its hand broke off. And was like, "Is Kuroko's hand missing?" I was like, "How the fuck did you see that?" Yes, his hand is missing, Aaron. Sometimes you burn out being with people or burn out being by yourself. Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. She has them anime eyes. She does. She sees between the in-betweens. Okay, I'm going to read off the event list so far, and then we're going to take a quick break. And then we'll play a thing. If you guys have any recommendations, that game that we mentioned earlier is a thing. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Fuck. Draugen and Gato Robato. Oh, Missed Messages also just came out. I've been looking at Missed Messages for a while too. Oh, I really want to play this actually. Is it super? It's short, it looks like. Oh shit, everybody says it's really sad. Maybe I shouldn't play that. Maybe I shouldn't play that. I don't know that I want to play something sad right now. Gato Robato looks great though. So maybe Gato Robato or Draugen. Both of them look great. So, okay. Let's read these off. Thank you so much to everybody who's supported me so far today. Whether you've just been hanging out, lurking, subbed, resubbed, whatever. All of it is amazing. Sidali, thank you for the 17 months. V2 Blaze, thank you for the 18. And Twizzle Pones for the 31. For the Sun Queen for the 7. Red Wolf for the 19. Mute, thank you for the 61. For the Sun Queen, thank you for gifting a bunch of subs earlier too. Everwake, Suki426, Buzzmoth, Pets Plays, Say Yes to the Night, Real, Mega Meh, and Chronista Omega. All of you, welcome and welcome back to the Cat Gang. Thank you for the Sun Queen for those. That's very generous. Rusty Iron Golem, thank you for the 30. Full Metal Gamer, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. I hope you're having a great day. Stab Happy, thank you for the 5. Sir Chunks for the 29. Raspberry Knight for the 32. Time for a High 5 for the 28. Crow Pixels for the 2. Just chilling here in this extra comfy, super rad Dodger Coffee shirt that you should totally check out if you haven't. Thank you very much for the plug. I'm glad you like the shirt. Sky Tessa, thank you so much for the biddies as well. I haven't read manga or watched anime in forever, but these recommendations might bring me back in. Let me know if you like any of them. Tressa M, thank you for the 18. Maltzy, thank you for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. I hope it's been a great 2 years for you. Danger Guy, thank you for the 26. Jotunda for the 11. Shoaz for the 2. Kaimuk for the 10. Okali for the 2 years as well. Happy anniversary. El Nonsenso and Dash to Justice. Both of you, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you for the primes, both of you. Trixar, thank you for the 41. Shovel Knight stream last night was amazing. Thank you. I'm so glad you liked it. We'll definitely play more of it. Jodalern, thank you for the 53. Silpha for the 44. X-Tech for the 6. Such Kitty, Much Meow for the 33. Corvus Imperial for the 32. Garacia, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang to you as well. Spontaneous Code, thank you so much for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. Harlow, thank you for the 55. Death Jr. for the 22. Getting ready to move from the Midwest to Cali. Oh, man. Good luck. That'll be awesome. Robo Sapien, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Potato for the 26. Mogolodon for the 21. Sage 4, thank you so much for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you very, very much. Cache Hit, thank you for the 10. A11 for the 39. Docty Who for the 30. Saint Timmy, thank you so much for the biddies. Bweep, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thanks for the prime. Nexio for the 32. Gila Monster for the 3 years. Happy anniversary to you as well. M. Clevermore, thank you so much for the 41. And Funkmaster Chung, thank you so much for the biddies. Okay, let's take a break. Again, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, we have some new stuff in the store. We would love it if you gave it a look. You can use !merch to check that out. And otherwise, go pee, grab a drink, take your pills, stretch, whatever you need to do. And when we come back, we'll either play Draugen or Gatto Robato. Let's do a straw poll, actually, while we're gone, since I'm down to play either. That'll make it a little bit easier to just kind of see where you guys are at. Gam, Draugen, or Gatto Robato. I can only stream until 1 o'clock today, so that's in 2.5 hours. So just FYI. Beep, beep, beep. There's the straw poll. Enjoy. I'll be right back. And yeah, do your thing.